I have 3 reasons why you very well may want to get this, and this may save your life. Not really. Welcome to the Small Scape on Saturday, where sometimes I really like to bring you something fun, something weird, something that I think may save you some time, money, or frustration, because I find it and I think it's really useful, so I'm going to bring it to you. Now this one is a fun one. It's a plant that I found for only $3. Now I'm going to tell you right off the bat, don't get angry. It's a fake plant. It's on a grid. It's only $2.99 at PetSmart. It's called an aquarium betta shrub, but if you don't like fake plants, just continue to watch. And if you do love fake plants, you're going to love it even more. First off, I think this would be really great to fill in spaces, especially if you're just starting out an aquarium and you have kind of like an anemic planting. You go out and get some plants, maybe some Anubias Nana Petite and some Anubias and maybe some baby crypts, some tissue culture plants, and it just looks kind of anemic. You're waiting for it to fill in a little bit. You can use these guys to fill in some, especially the back, to give an illusion of more green plants. It just blends right in. So this tank right here, I put some in there, one of these guys in there, and tell me where it's at. Go ahead, tell me where it's at. You can't really tell, can you? Well, the cool thing about this is it's on the grid, and if you know anything about fake plants, well, these little pieces, they just like pop off of these little kind of plastic holders, and you can use them individually. So we've got a bunch here, what, like 12? 16. 4 times 4, 16. 16 of these little guys that you can use wherever you want throughout your aquarium, in the back, in the front, in the middle, whatever, to fill in and give an illusion of more green. Number 2, and I'm going to drop this in really, really fast, even though number 3, I'm just going to say, is my absolute favorite way to use these. All right, number 2, practice. You can use this if you've ever set up a dry scape. I highly recommend it. Just have an old tank, a new tank, whatever. Throw in some sand, some gravel, however you like to aquascape. Get yourself some driftwood, put it in there, and just practice aquascaping. It's very relaxing. You can just pop these off, use it as is, and just use them to practice. I even did a video way back when, I think it was on Primetime Aquatics, of how I make my own practice plants with painter's tape and wire. That's super relaxing. It's better than crocheting or knitting, I find. But this is another great way to just practice your aquascapes, or get it out of your head, see what it looks like first before you start messing with the actual living plants. Number 3, the last way I like to use it, but I am going to also add a couple of things, a couple little bonus fun facts to know about these after number 3. But number 3 is use it as a frog. So in the container world, if you do arrangements, there's what's called a frog that you set in a container that you can put stems of flowers in, and it kind of holds them in place. That's what you can use this as. Either weigh it down with gravel, some rocks, however you want to weigh it down at the bottom, or separate them like they're like this. You can either, for those of you, and I've been that way myself with a lot of my little tiny ANPs, my little Anubias Nana Petites, I do not, like this little guy, this is a whole bunch of little Anubias. I haven't divided them yet, but I will. I may now want to glue the rhizome because they're just so little bitty. I don't want to waste any of it. So I don't want to glue it. I maybe don't even want to tie it. And I say, what am I going to do? I need to know where it's at. I need to keep track of it in my tank. Well, get yourself one of these, glue this to your driftwood, and then all you got to do is kind of wedge it in there, and look at that. It blends right in. It's going to kind of hold it in place. And there you go. You're going to know right where it's at, and it's just all nice and safe and sound. You can even, if you've ever wanted a piece of driftwood, this is another really fun thing. Say you want this little piece of driftwood in a tank, but you don't want rocks piled on top or anywhere near it. What you could do, look at how cute that is, right? You just put that on top of there. You could glue it, and then if you want to hold down the plastic thing, maybe you got a rock somewhere by it, that you can put a rock holding this down, and then it just opens up some opportunities using this as a frog. Now for your bonus pieces of information regarding this really cool thing, shrub, keep in mind that it floats. Yes, look at that. It floats, FYI. You could even keep it as like a floating frog to keep your floating plants in maybe like close grids. Now, I haven't had it floating for this long, so I don't know if it permanently floats, but I would think so because most fake plants are weighted. And then also, your last fun fact, if you are one of those people who loves or likes fake plants, this is a good one. It's very thin. I think it's extremely lifelike. Don't you think so? Pretty. I don't know what it's supposed to be. A&P or Buse or maybe Giant Monte Carlo. I have no idea what they intended it to be. But it's really cool. It's thin. It's really fun to play with it. It's soft. I highly recommend it as a fake plant or as a frog or any of the other reasons that I gave you. I hope you like this video. Let me know. Have you ever tried this particular plant? What would you use it for? Let me know, because you guys have great ideas. Have a great weekend.